It is a long-held myth that auctions outperform private treaty as a selling method. However, whenever you have the fortunate situation of having more than one buyer trying to buy your home, the worst thing an agent can do is disclose the competing offers to interested buyers, as is the case at an auction. At auctions, the buyer's focus is on outbidding the competing buyers by bids of $1,000, $5,000, or even $10,000, as opposed to offering their highest price for the property. Selling to the highest bidder, as opposed to selling to a buyer who offers their highest price, is why almost all auctions fail to achieve the best price possible for home sellers. Let's have a look at this concept in more detail with the following example. Meet Dave and Kerry. They live in Bulli and have decided to sell their home at auction so that they can move closer to the family who live in Sydney. Dave and Kerry's agent have given them a market opinion of the selling price for their property in the range between $900,000 to $990,000. During the campaign, they have 4 open for inspections and generate a large amount of interest from prospective buyers. Contracts and reports are issued to multiple parties, and the agent expects to have at least 4 parties bidding on auction day. After assessing the market feedback during the campaign, Dave and Kerry decide to set the reserve price for their auction at $970,000. Now, I would like to introduce you to 2 of the buyers who will be bidding for Dave and Kerry's place. Meet our first buyer, Jake. Jake is a local and is looking at upsizing from his unit in Wollongong. The maximum budget that he can bid up to for this property, $1 million. Our second buyer is Sharon, so that she can move her family to be closer to the beach. Sharon has sold her house in Sydney and can spend a maximum of $1.1 million. Auction day finally comes around, and Dave and Kerry are really nervous as the crowd of buyers and neighbours begins to gather on their front lawn. The auctioneer excites the crowd, welcoming them and assuring them that the owners are very serious about selling this beautiful home in a very sought-after location. The bidding starts at $940,000, and bidders compete with increments of $10,000, $950, $960, $970. At $970,000, the lowest figure for which Dave and Kerry will sell, the auctioneer confirms that the property is now on the market. He states that there are no 2 ways about it. The property will be sold today. At this stage of the auction, one of the buyers we met earlier, Jake, begins with his first bid of $980,000. Sharon competes with him, topping his offer by $10,000 at $990,000. Jake then bids at his maximum, the point at which he can stretch no further, being $1 million. Finally, Sharon tops Jake's bid, offering $1,010,000. The auctioneer calls 3 times and the hammer falls. First call at $1,010,000. Second call at $1,010,000. Third and final call at $1,010,000. Going, sold. Dave and Kerry are thrilled because their property sold for $40,000 over reserve. Everybody is stunned, and the auction achieved a great result. But did it achieve the best result possible? When we first met Sharon, she told us that her maximum budget for this property was $1.1 million, but she scored the home at auction for $1,010,000. Whilst this is $40,000 over the reserve, it is in fact $90,000 under what she was prepared to pay for the home. Because each bid was disclosed between the buyers at the auction, Sharon didn't have to pay her highest price. She only had to outbid the second highest offer by $10,000. Had Dave and Kerry chosen a silent bid negotiation as their method of sale, all buyers, including Jake and Kerry, would have been required to submit their best price on a signed contract of sale confidentially. By not disclosing Jake's offer of $1 million to Sharon, she would have submitted her best price on a signed contract at $1.1 million, thus gaining the sellers an extra $90,000 instead of the auction result. This is a perfect example of how the auction system failed Dave and Kerry as sellers. Imagine what they could have done with an extra $90,000. Perhaps gone on an international holiday every year for the next 10 years. Perhaps bought a new car, maybe even used it as a deposit on an investment property. When selling your home, your greatest asset, think twice before going to auction. Select a competent agent that will handle the negotiation professionally and not jeopardize potentially thousands of dollars of your net return. For more information about how you can sell your home for the buyer's highest price, contact Dignam Real Estate on 02 4267 5377.